Some of the world's best table tennis players recently stepped onto the court in Tokyo to face something very different from a human opponent. They went up against Ace, a robot built by Sony AI, designed to push elite players to their limits with incredible speed and precision. And this wasn't just a demo. In April 2025, Ace actually won 3 out of 5 matches against top-level competitors. As the sessions continued into late 2025 and early 2026, the robot kept improving, even beating high-ranking pros like Miyu Kihara. The matches followed official table tennis rules, complete with licensed umpires calling every point. But the pace was on another level. Ace was returning serves at speeds over 14 meters per second, handling intense spin in more than 75% of rallies. Points often lasted longer than usual, with extended exchanges that pushed players to react faster than ever. What really stood out was the robot's ability to place shots right on the edges of the table, with power and consistency, making it incredibly tough to counter. A big part of this performance comes down to the hardware. Ace uses an advanced robotic arm with 8 joints mounted on a mobile base, giving it a wide range of motion across the court. Some joints slide sideways, while others rotate, allowing for quick, precise swings. The racket itself looks familiar, but it includes a small mechanism to hold and serve the ball. Every movement is tightly coordinated, with actuators firing in perfect sync every millisecond. The entire system can track positions in under 5 milliseconds, thanks to lightweight, 3D printed components that keep everything fast and responsive. But the real magic happens in how Ace sees and understands the game. It uses 9 high-speed cameras to track the ball's position at 200 frames per second with extreme accuracy. On top of that, specialized sensors analyze spin hundreds of times per second. All of this data gets processed almost instantly, allowing the system to detect tiny changes in motion that humans would never notice. It can even predict how the ball will behave after hitting the net or a racket, giving it a huge advantage in reaction time. Decision-making is just as impressive. Every 32 milliseconds during a rally, Ace chooses its next move using a reinforcement learning system trained in highly realistic simulations. These simulations include real-world physics like air resistance and subtle variations based on actual player data. Once trained, the system doesn't rely on pre-programmed moves. It adapts in real time. Even in tricky situations, like when the ball clips the net, the robot can adjust its swing path in under 50 milliseconds and still return the shot cleanly. Early matches showed that top players could still challenge Ace, with pros like Minami Ando and Kakeru Sone managing to hold their ground in initial rounds. But by March 2026, things had clearly shifted. The robot had improved its shot placement and started dominating key moments in matches. It even scored twice as many clean aces as its human opponents in some sessions. At the same time, players noticed that certain complex serves could still give the robot trouble, especially ones requiring highly nuanced returns. That balance makes the competition even more interesting, because while Ace is incredibly advanced, it's still learning and evolving with every match.